This is Greta, owned by Jerry and Sue Untiedt. Okay, I wanted to show you guys. Jerry, I know you talk about, when you hunt her and stuff, how she just likes to want to go. So I'm going to show you a couple things to work on, while you're not hunting, but the same thing would apply when you start to hunt her. So I released her, and if she's sticking around where I want her, as far as range, I just leave her alone. But then, a little bit into this, I'm actually going to tone her. So I'm going to push the tone button right now. And when she comes back, good girl. I just gave her a treat. So I didn't use my voice there at first. It was just a way for me to check her in without calling her. Now, if I would have toned her there and she didn't come back, then you need to back it up with your e-collar. This time I'm actually going to call her. Here. Good girl. But I'm not calling her into my side. Every once in a while I will. I'll finish her on heel. But the idea here, Jerry, is for her to learn, stick around. You're with me. I'm not with you. See how she kind of checked in there? That's what I was talking about. And this is something with a dog like Greta, that really has that forward tendency. You need to do that every once in a while, is work her, where you're maybe, if you use your four-wheeler Ranger, you could still do this, but you just need to go at a slower speed. Stop every once in a while and call them back to you. And you can see she's more, what's ahead of me? So I'm going to tone her right there. And this time I'm actually going to call her into heel, sit. And just kind of pet her a little bit. Give her a heel, sit. And just have her sit here a second. Okay. But you can tell with my voice, it's not like a lot of enthusiasm on releasing her. It's just a subtle okay. So it's really important with, a dog like her that has so much of that desire to go, to let her know she can use that, but you need to use it within a range. I usually give them a 25-yard circle around me. And occasionally I'll use the tone, or I'll go to my voice. Here. Now I'll correct. Here, here, here. So there she was smelling something. There was deer out here this morning. So you could see that. So I had to go to the e-collar to back it up. So that was good for you to see her kind of going, I hear you, but I'm thinking about getting out here, because there was a bunch of mule deer out here about 20 minutes ago. What I wanted to show you out in this opening is what's a good thing to do occasionally. And what that is I'm just going to stop. And what I want her to do is, while I'm stopped, she can run around, but I want her to know that she's got to stick around where I'm at. So I'll just stop here. You can just watch what I do. If she's hanging around, I don't say anything to her. Like I said, this is where the deer were, so you can definitely tell she smells them. They were here. And that's all right. She's about, maybe not 20 yards there. Might be a little deceptive on this camera, as far as how far she looks. So that little pine tree out there is about 25 yards. So you saw her kind of come back without me calling her. And I'm going to kind of move my position and see if she follows there like that. See how I just moved back, Jerry, and she kind of went, oh, you're moving, so I'm going to move. But what I'm talking about, there's times where you need to, when you take her out for her walks or runs, there's got to be some structure to it. So I'm going to try that again here. Now let's say she was getting a little too far away. She's about on the edge. So I'm going to tone her. Here. Here. I backed it up. So with the tone that time, she goes, I heard it, but there I toned her right there. You saw her come back that time. And the reason is when I toned her last time, she didn't really come back, so I backed it up with the E-collar in my voice. And then occasionally, here, heel, sit, heel, sit. So just have her heel, sit, sit, heel, sit. And you can see she just here, heel, sit, sit. Okay. You know, but notice I just didn't yell at her, just kind of ran her through the heeling and the sitting. Just to get her where, yeah, you can be excited, Greta, but I still need you to shut it down occasionally. And how this would transition to hunting, Jerry, is when you hunt her, when you first release her, is make sure you check her back. Let her know she's with you. And just kind of get her in that frame of mind. You can hunt, you can work, but I still need you to be connected to me. Here. I'm just going to turn and go the other way. The sun might be in our eyes. So this is just a little video for you, Sue and Jerry, to just see how important it is. And same thing with Gabby. I mean, you wouldn't do it any different. And then occasionally, you know, work them separate like this, and you can do the same process with them together. Here, heel, sit. So that's Greta. Heel. Sit. That's Greta, owned by Jerry and Sue Untiedt.